Welcome to Ion Innovation, brought to you by the OAS podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Powers. Today, we are at OAS Retina Summit in Seattle, where we have the opportunity to sit down with some companies doing really exciting work on the forefront of new technology in the retina space. My distinguished guest here with us today on the OAS podcast is Dr. Michael Tsipursky, CEO and co-founder of Revive Biotech. So welcome to the OAS podcast.
Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate it.
It's great to have you here. So Revive Biotech has a novel method of treating central retinal artery occlusion by injecting oxygen-loaded nanobubbles into the eye intravitreally. That's quite a mouthful. I have no idea what that is. So let's just start there because this is an extremely novel, innovative concept. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Thanks so much, Carrie. I appreciate it. It's very exciting. We have developed this proprietary technology of oxygen nanocarriers. It's a nanoparticle that gets injected into the eye of a patient with a central retinal artery occlusion and delivers oxygen to the back of the eye, where there's a process called ischemia, where there's poor oxygenation. And these patients really have no other way of getting treated, so they basically undergo either complete or partial blindness otherwise.
Wow, that sounds really impactful in terms of the disease impact.
It is, yeah.
So what are you working on right now? What are the milestones or news that you have coming out that you'd like to share here today at OAS?
Sure. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening at Revive Biotechnology. The most exciting thing, obviously, is that we can deliver kind of impactful technology to the patients that really have no other way of getting treated. We have had very great progress with research and development. So we've made milestones in both preclinical animal work. We've developed particles that we're able to transfer to CROs for CMC. So this will be something that will be ready to be injected into humans. We basically have published in very impactful journals and presented large meetings. We have secured our intellectual property in the United States and all over the world. Actually, just recently, we received the news that National Science Foundation, which has been funding us with phase 1 NSF grant, is now funding us with phase 2 NSF grant, which is $1 million grant, which is huge for our company, and obviously will add to all the seed funding that we've raised from our investors.
Congratulations, that's big news indeed for early stage startups. So that's incredible. So as you look forward 12 months, if everything goes exactly according to plan, which we all know in development is just how it always goes, right? So 12 months from now, what do you anticipate might be the milestones that you'll achieve?
Sure. Thanks, Gary, for that question. So we're going to continue to try to achieve progress with our main clinical entity, CRAO. That'll be through the regulatory process. So we're slated for our pre-IND meeting with FDA sometime in October of 2023. So that'll be a very good meeting, and we should be able to have all our CMC and toxicity work in line to present to them. And once we have the minutes of that meeting, we'll be able to go and do our Series A fundraise, where we're going to raise $10 million. With that, we should be able to do our CMC toxicity and basically be ready for first-in-human trials.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Any last parting updates you'd like to leave with the OAS listeners?
Sure. So, we developed this nanoparticle. My partner is a renowned professor at University of Illinois. Our company spun out of University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. It's a first of its kind nano delivery system of oxygen. We should be able to address central retinal artery occlusion, but also other allied ischemic conditions in the eye. And this will be really impactful for all retina community, for our patients. We have put together a great advisory board with likes of Arshad Kanani, Jay Pareg, David Eichenbaum, and we've developed a very strong team. So we feel very blessed and we feel like we should be able to push this forward and bring this to our patients in a reasonable amount of time.
So do you anticipate that this will follow the traditional FDA approval pathway?
Thanks, Gary. So I think this is a very unique particle that hasn't been explored before, and we're addressing it in a very small subset of patients, which it's about 10,000 patients per year in the United States. So this definitely falls into orphan designation category, which has all sorts of perks as far as FDA pathway. So we've been discussing this with FDA, and we've been in very close contact with them.
Of course, so it could potentially be in the hands of clinicians even sooner.
That's correct.
Fantastic. Well, we will all be rooting for you. It sounds like if this is successful, just have an enormous impact on disease burden. So
Absolutely.
Best of luck to you guys at the Revive team.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carrie.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining the OIS podcast. I'm Carrie Powers.